Welcome back to podcast Room 303. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Morahan. And as always, we have with us EPE. On today's episode 160, we will have a communion with E. He'll reveal that later when we get into it. We'll review NFL Week 14. We'll cover the NFL Week 15 betting slate. Stop me if you've heard this episode before. And we'll also recap head-to-head. It's getting spicy. You can call this the NFC South of head-to-heads. Am I right, Nick?
Yeah. Hey, right now, baby, winning your end. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding. Go Dogs. How you doing this evening, Eric?
Doing good. We have another good episode for you guys. Kind of sad we're going to have to talk about my picks from last week, but it is what it
is. Woo! Not so hot with the shoes on the other foot. That sentence doesn't make sense, but we're going to ride. All right, get us into communion with you, Eric.
Yeah, so I've been watching the World Cup lately, and some of this commentary from the British dudes is amazing. So I just got to thinking, who's the greatest sports commentator? And if you were an athlete, biggest game of your life, the championship, whether it be World Cup or Super Bowl, whatever fucking sport you want to pick, who would you want to commentate it? Because you know you're going to go back and watch the tape.
Not if I lose.
Yeah, obviously, this is all assuming that we win.
All right,
I got two. Martin Tyler or Gus Johnson.
For those listening at home who don't know who they are, please enlighten.
So Martin Tyler, I don't know if he announces anymore. He might have said bad things about women. I think he might have said bad things about women and got kicked off.
Stop me if you've heard that before.
Martin Tyler was many of you may recognize him from a long-time voice of FIFA, a British soccer announcer. Has legendary quotes like "an absolute firecracker," "oh, just wide," "oh, he'll kick himself for that one." And it's just what I've been talking about since the World Cup started. Like, American announcers are not good, and British soccer announcers can spin a narrative. Gus Johnson is one of the greatest American sports announcers. He does football, he does college basketball, he does NBA. He just does it all really well.
All right, that's two picks. Shoot, man, it just depends on what sport. Marv Albert or Kevin Harlan for hoops. That's who I would want. But it's the voice of NBC Sunday Night Football, bro. It's Al Michaels. Like, Al Michaels is a terrific broadcaster. I don't know the names of English football broadcasters. I don't think they're all that good, as Nick is always just huffing and puffing and guffawing about. But Al Michaels is an absolute legend. And, you know what? Disregard. I know exactly who I want to call and what I want called. I'm main eventing WrestleMania. It's me versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell. And Jim Ross is calling it, bro.
Whoa. Put some respect on his name. That's Dr. Jim Ross.
Doctor? When did he get a doctorate?
He has a doctorate. I don't know. They call him Dr. Jim Ross now. I don't know.
They do not call him Dr. Jim Ross.
I swear to God, that man is dead.
Good God! That man is dead!
He threw him off the top of the cage! The top of the cage!
Business is about to pick up. Every time it's Stone Cold! It's Stone Cold! Bro, Jim Ross, oh, man, he's one of the reasons I have such a good vocabulary. That dude, slobber knocker.
Right, yeah. He threw him off the top of the cage. Why have you done that, Steve Austin?
Jim Ross for sure, bro.
Jim Ross was always great to watch wrestling with because he would tap into the emotion and he would always ask questions. He'd be like, why are you such a bad man, Steve Austin? Why are you getting off top of the cages? They don't deserve it.
The best part is he's even keel, right? And then he gets a little louder. And then he gets back to the even keel. It gets a little louder. He gets back to the even keel. And then the minute that moment hits, he's just rocket ship to the moon. You're like, Jim Ross's blood pressure is concerning at this moment. Like, he's just yelling at the top of his lungs. I'm going Jim Ross, bro, for sure. No hesitation.
So I just thought about this. And this may get me a lot of hate in the comments, as the YouTubers say. I'm going playoff Joe Buck.
Joe Buck gets unnecessary slander for no reason. I don't know why.
He's really good.
He's especially at baseball. He's very good at baseball.
Right. I want baseball Joe Buck. I want, if I'm hitting a walk-off home run, I want Joe Buck there on the call.
Who is the guy who messed up on national television and then called the home run and then went back to apologizing?
God dang it.
That's who I want. That dude was a professional. In his darkest hour, that man was nothing but professional. That is crazy, bro.
I know that, we talked about the English dudes and obviously all the American cats.
Tom Brenneman.
I just want to give a little shout out to the Mexican homies, because if I'm hitting a grand slam or catching an 80-yard touchdown or scoring a World Cup penalty, I want one of those crazy bastards screaming at the top of their lungs.
They're only good at high inflection points, though. They suck the rest of the match. Right. That's what no one talks about. They suck the rest of the match, but when someone scores, and if you're in a draw, you just listen to awful commentating for a whole match. But when they score, it is untouchable. What I want is Jim Ross and Kevin Harlan or Marv Albert or Al Michaels. That's what the tandem I want calling my Hell in a Cell match. And then every time a big pop happens, you have someone's head pop into the screen like the whoopsie guy from Mortal Kombat. Whoopsie! But it's the Mexican commentator's voice. That's what I want. We could do that. We can make that happen, bro. You imagine a Jim Ross, Al Michaels commentating team? What the fuck are we watching, bro? What are we watching?
Poor Al Michaels has had to put up with John Madden and Chris Collinsworth for his whole career.
Hey, Jim Ross is a professional. You might appreciate it. Al Michaels is calling Thursday Night Football now, right?
I think so, yeah, with old Thursday night or Sunday night?
I think he doesn't work for NBC anymore.
Oh, okay.
Well, he works for NBC. So Mike Tirico, I don't know if you guys haven't noticed, Mike Tirico calls the Sunday Night Football games now.
I have not noticed.
They pushed Al Michaels out at NBC Sports, bro, and a lot of people are upset. Him and Chris Collinsworth were a fantastic pairing.
Better than him and Aikman with his high ass.
Yeah, so NBC Sports 2006 to 2022. And now he's Amazon. He does Amazon's Thursday night games. Yeah, bro, that was a big deal. I don't actually know what happened with the Sunday Night Football thing.
Did Boomer ever announce?
Sorry,
not Boomer. Did Berman ever announce, commentate, or did he just do the ESPN stuff?
I think he did, but in like the 80s.
I'd like to introduce a third person to my 3-man commentary team, which keeps growing as I think of people. But let me get Jim Ross, Joe Rogan, and Al Michaels.
Dude, Joe Rogan's a good one,
dude. Joe Rogan's a good one.
I'm just saying, you imagine Jim Ross, Joe Rogan, and Al Michaels watching me dominate The Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell, bro? Because obviously I'm going over. Fuck you, Taker.
But the thing about Rogan is it's the facial expressions.
Yeah.
Like, the commentary is phenomenal. But it's the facial expressions. When he gets lit, like when something unexpected happens.
My guy always.
Oh, shocker. Three cisgendered men love Joe Rogan.
Yeah, fuck the fucking woke agenda. The woke agenda didn't cancel Balenciaga. So until you cancel Balenciaga as hard as you canceled Dr. Seuss, fucking miss me. You know what I read this morning? Not to go off on too big a tangent, but
to go off on too big of a tangent.
For the first time since like the 1940s, like post World War II, more 19 to 28-year-olds are living with their parents, right? Which I'm not knocking. I honestly wish I would have stuck with my parents, longer, so it actually stacked cash, which is what I didn't do. But so they're saying because they can't afford rent or they don't have the money or XYZ reasons that they're there. But there's a boom in like high-end fashion. So these kids are staying home because they can't afford anything, but they're spending $2,000 on the latest Gucci flip-flops or
Supreme.
Oh, Supreme or whatever they consider high-end fashion. I'm not really sure. I'm a Target kind of guy. I do.
TJ Maxx, dog. TJ Maxx don't miss.
TJ Maxx, yeah, they don't have my size though. I'm too big.
BAF?
Too big and bulky.
Big as fuck.
Excuse me, can you point me to the biggest fuck section?
Like right over here, sir.
Bro, that article literally like broke my brain. I was just like, but it almost like, what's the guy who does Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Kanye. Oh. I have it on my shelf right here. Hold on.
I almost said George Takei. So like,
Jesus, I can't even fucking read it. It's like Richard McNamara or something.
No, it's a Kawasaki.
Robert Kawasaki, yeah.
Or is it Kiyosaki?
Robert Kiyosaki. Yep.
Because Kawasaki is the motorcycle or the the
Kiyosaki.
Kiyosaki. Yeah. It almost strikes me like, yo, this dude is literally telling the truth because, hey, your parents don't have money, so they didn't teach you how to use your money. I was like, yo, if I'm living with my parents, you know what my money's going into? Shit, I might call my mom. Mom! So whenever I call my mom, and I hear her answer, I'm like, hey, yo, ma! That's how I always start the call, bro. Oh, Eric, who's your choice for commentators?
Peter Drury and Joe Rogan, now that you said it.
Hey, dude.
I'm stealing it. I don't care.
I didn't think of him either, bro. That's perfectly fine. Look, we can have the same guy. But you can't have Texas and UNC. You got to pick a college. Pick one right now.
Texas.
Oh, let's go.
Hey, I'll give you a fucking horns up for that one.
Hey, hey.
We announced it. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
Episode 160. Woo!
Oh, we did it. I swear to God, if I see you with that fucking garbage bag on top of your head again, then I'm burning it right then.
You mean his Walmart starter kit of UNC fandom?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I hate you guys.
Dude, don't be angry. You're not a UNC fan anymore. You've done it.
You've relinquished the burden.
Just like you've overcome other burdens in your life, you have now tossed off the yoke of mediocrity.
Oh, all right. So, dude, I think those are all great choices. Maybe we expand mine to a 4-man booth and put Peter Drury there.
R.I.P. Stuart Scott. I'd want Stuart Scott there.
Stuart Scott wasn't a.
Don't care. I want him there.
Okay, we could have picked broadcasters because I would have just picked Neil and Stan. Everett and Verrett, right? I think that's the two names.
You're right.
Bro, I could watch them do 24 hours straight of whatever. Like, if they put them for 24 hours straight on ESPN 8 The Ocho, just calling all that stuff, I could watch it, bro.
Hey, pause. Well, I'll bring that up down the line. I'll bring up favorite commentators and which ones we hate the most. And why is it Skip Bayless?
I don't actually hate Skip Bayless, though.
Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry.
Max
I take
Kellerman.
it back. That fucking cunt Nick Wright, dude. Oh, dude, if I ever get to see him in person.
I don't like Nick Wright. You know who I don't like? I don't like Colin Cowherd.
Colin Cowherd, thank God.
I don't think anyone likes him.
He's a Boston guy, isn't he?
He's a fucking idiot is what he is. Let's not attach Colin Cowherd to a fucking city or
Sorry,
region.
that's Bill Simmons. Sorry, I'm thinking Bill Simmons.
So Bill Simmons knows he's biased though, and he'll say it before he picks Boston. Like that's perfectly fine. You say it all the time. We know you're biased. We know you're gonna pick your squad. That's fine. We're gonna give you shit though. That's what we do with Bill Simmons. We still listen and like Bill Simmons.
Nevada would kill me if I didn't mention this guy. There used to be an announcer for the Colorado Avalanche that we both grew up on. The guy's name was Mike Haynes. If you have ever seen the YouTube of the fight with the announcer over it between Patrick Waugh and Chris Osgood, and the guy that's like, all right by Waugh, another right by Waugh, all right by Osgood, another right by Waugh, that's Mike Haynes.
That's a legendary call. Though.
I'll also say Peter McNabb, because Peter McNabb has one of the most legendary quotes, and he is one of the biggest homers. And he says, is there a greater sight in all of hockey than to watch Detroit Red Wings fans leaving before the third period is over? I don't think there is.
That's funny. Yeah, shout out Mike Breen. Mike Breen, he calls the NBA games. Shout out Stacey King for the Bulls. That dude is just a blast. Him and Adam Amin are a great combo, bro.
I know he went away. John Gruden was really good. Was really good when he was
so good. Should have never left.
Should never allow. Yeah, well.
Let's see.
Greg Olson is really good.
He's not up there though. He's been doing it for 3 years.
I know. I'm just saying he's decent.
Ahmad Rashad.
Ahmad Rashad.
Bro, that dude went to Showtime or HBO, and when you do that, your career dies. Jim Rome.
Did Jim Rome ever do games?
No, I don't think so. But Stuart Scott got picked, so
right.
the cat's out the bag.
What's his name? Brian Gumble.
SVP. Brian Gumble.
Brian Gumble's a good one, bro. Now we're just naming talking heads. All right,
Keith
we're good.
Before he became political.
What's the guy who said nappy-headed hose? That's my hero. I want him on my squad.
Who's the boom goes the dynamite guy?
Actually, I don't know that dude's name.
He's like a Louisville guy. He's like the Louisville University guy.
Brian Collins.
Dribbling down the court. Brian Collins. Dribbling down the court. Louisville takes a shot and boom goes the dynamite.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say Bill Walton.
Oh, you mean Bill Walton?
That dude's a fucking blast, bro. Him calling Pac-12 games is awesome.
Old marble mouth Walton.
Bro, he goes on tangents sometimes. One time I listened to him for 10 minutes talk about cacti.
Yes. Yo, as the game is going on, we ain't even talking about hoops. You got him talking about cacti, and then the dude next to him is like, and bucket to so-and-so. Dribble down the court. And the cacti conversation's still going, bro.
One time they were going on a tangent. The other guy called him out for all the drugs he's done in his life. It was the funniest shit ever. He just yup, and then just kept going with his drugs.
Well,
all right. Now,
when you're an announcer, you got tenure. You just can't. There's some stuff you can't say. They give you that like a little press kit at the beginning.
We're scraping the bottom of the barrel now that we're talking about Bill. I do love Bill Walton though. So, Dickie V. I used to like Dickie V, but I think he was never that good now.
I don't think he was. I think he would just shout, "That's Duke, baby!"
I think he just has a very loving, like a fun energy, but he's not actually very good at.
Well, he loves Duke too.
And calling it. I don't know. Does he exclusively
love Coach Duke? K, baby.
I think he does that for everyone. I just love when he says diaper dandies because he's so old. Anyways, we scraped the bottom of the barrel. Let's go ahead and reveal the head-to-head, Eric. Go ahead. Will you share the pick sheet?
Share it like on the screen?
Yeah. Mine as well. We're doing video now.
All right. Let me see. Present.
Oh, shit.
Share screen.
Oh, so now everybody knows Eric ain't bullshitting.
Eric see that? We give him shit, but Eric does a good job.
Eric, zoom it in.
Shut up.
Jesus, you got all the screen. Okay, what's that looking like?
Can you guys see that?
Too far, Eric.
Well, what do you want me to do? Can you see it or not?
Yeah, zoom it out like 2 more clicks. 2 more clicks. Zoom out.
You're just like a woman. Impossible to please, bro.
I'm
There you
fucking
go.
dying.
Hey, Jermaine, you knew it was coming, too.
I did.
It was
bro.
like perfect, and then he hit that one more. I was like, "Gotcha, ass."
Oh man, I was dying. I just saw it happening,
Eric,
bro.
I'm not fucking with you. Give me one more zoom, please. Control plus, just one time. Thank God.
All right. Satisfied.
Oh, dude, that was great. All right, so as you can see, we have here our NFL head-to-head pick tracker. Week 3 was lost to the abyss that is known as life. Go ahead and reveal the current standings, Eric.
I'm only a half game back behind Eric, by the way.
So Jermaine, 2 games back from the lead, is sitting at 5-8. Nicholas, a half game back from the lead, 6-1. And I am the leader at 7-6.
Watch your ass, dude. He's on a 2-game losing streak.
And can you recap Week 14 for us, Eric?
Yeah, I was going to. Jermaine took the New York Jets plus 9.5. Hit. Nicholas took Arizona in the money line because I think he smoked crack before the episode. That was an L.
fucking Kyler.
And I took Seattle money line as a minus 210 favorite against Carolina, and the bumfucks themselves blew it. So I took a L. So 7-6 for me, 6-1 for Nick, 5-8 for Jermaine. It is the NFC South of this of head-to-heads. And anybody can win it.
We got a dogfight in the Final Four, baby. We got a dogfight.
What you guys don't know is I hedged my Arizona money line bet with Kyler Murray to blow on his ACL in the first quarter.
Well,
so,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So you guys can suck my butt.
Awesome. All right. We're going to go ahead and remove this now. So, as you can see from the head-to-head, we're in a tight race. Eric is falling back down to earth after all the shit talking, saying that he can do it better. So what better way to see if Eric can indeed do it better than getting into our picks? Eric, will you share the picks, please?
Oh, you want the whole screen, huh?
Yeah. I want to see the weekly picks as we count down your losses.
Eric.
Yeah, I know. Zoom. All right,
Eric.
It's a fucking setting. I gotta go to it.
When did you become New York?
Is that good, or would you like one more, princess?
Saturday. I gotta go for it.
You can do one more. All right. Thanks, Eric.
So
all right.
bad.
We have our NFL weekly picks here that Eric does another fantastic job of recording. We do give him shit, but
You're doing great, Eric.
we do give him shit as is customary. Let's go ahead and
I appreciate you.
let's go ahead and scroll down to week 14 though.
Jermaine, this is what the millennials need. They need to know that.
Please
yes.
Yeah.
Look,
Kid
I know
gloves.
I am
Eric,
a millennial,
Eric,
but
Kid
don't
gloves.
include me.
Eric,
Kid
Eric,
gloves.
we appreciate you.
Kid
I
gloves.
appreciate it, bro.
Kid gloves.
You are important to us and what we do here at Room 303. We're gonna throw you a pizza party.
Dude,
Remember they would.
I actually got excited, bro.
Yo, let's throw a Room 303 pizza party.
I got excited, bro. I was like, hell yeah, I'll do a pizza party. That's tight.
Let's hear it corporate love our employees.
Dude, we should do a virtual pizza party on the
Let's
next
do it,
podcast.
Next podcast, virtual pizza party.
All right, so
Eric, get me a pizza.
we're gonna recap Eric's picks first, and as he reveals his losses, I'll give you the score and the outcome.
Oh, I have to reveal my own losses. Fantastic. All right,
You
so the
you
first
run.
game-
You're the executive producer. You run it.
All right. So I took the Las Vegas Raiders at -6.
They lost to Baker Mayfield on a last-minute hoorah touchdown pass, 17-16.
I had the Las Vegas and Los Angeles Rams under 44.5. That hit. I had Minnesota money line. Fucking bums.
You had Minnesota money.
Worst 10-3 team in the history of football.
So they lost. Would you like to guess the margin of loss or defeat, Eric?
13.
No, they lost by 11, 34-23. You were close.
Fucking
You
fairy
were just
fucking sons of bitches, dude.
You were 12 points off from getting that dub.
All right. Then I had I can't even believe I took this. I had the Philadelphia New York Giants under 45.5. Let me tell you this. Let me tell them what happened. And the Eagles proceeded to score 48 points in that goddamn game.
They blew it by themselves. They didn't even.
I got a question for you guys. Would you rather, so you know a bet's going to lose. You place a bet. Come Sunday, I tell you, Jermaine, I'm from the future. This bet is going to lose. And you just know it in your hearts of heart. Would you rather wait until the last second and have it lose by like a half point, or just have the other team just like blow it out in the third quarter?
No, I'm rooting for the other bettors then. So I want 60 points early so that way people don't have to sweat the over.
Okay.
But I will say this. Eric had 45.5. They scored 70 combined.
Almost.
Just by a hair.
Guys, to bet outside.
Hey, shoot or shoot, bitch. Shoot or shoot.
What about that Giants +7? Did that hit?
And then I took the Giants +7. That did not hit. I did take the New York Jets versus Buffalo under 43.5. That squeaked by. I took Buffalo money line.
You don't get credit for all these giant money lines.
What?
This is something we're doing next year. You can't pick these giant ass money lines. Put them in a parlay like a man.
He only hit on 2.
Put him in a parlay like a man.
Yeah.
He only hit on 2. Also,
favorite parlay like a man.
Also, there was only 32 points in that Bills game. You cleared that by a wide margin.
Well, I'm making up for it with the goddamn Eagles scoring 48.
If you add those two spreads together, he's still over on the Eagles game.
Just kidding.
It's not true, but it's funny.
I took Cincy -6. That hit. Cincy over 47. The Cincinnati game over 47. That did not hit.
They had 33.
Tennessee -3.5. Lost to fucking Jacksonville.
They lost by 14.
Never bet on a team. Never bet on a team when their GM gets fired and they got a fucking god awful O-line and their whole recipe for winning is run the football.
So they needed 18 points more for Eric to hit that bet.
All right. I took Kansas City -9.5 against Denver. That did not hit. I took Kansas City money line, which did hit, and then I got peer pressured into taking Kansas City -14.5 because of Nevada, which did not hit. So I'm technically 5-11. Fuck you guys.
No, I took it.
I took Tom Brady +3.5. They got blown out by like 30.
Oh my god, dude.
I took Tampa Bay versus San Francisco under 37. I think San Francisco scored over 37 on their own.
This is the most
35. They had 35.
Fun I've ever had with peer pressure. This is the most fun, harmless peer pressure ever. I think I convinced Eric. I think we convinced Eric to take most of these bets.
No, we did not. We did not. Absolutely not. We did get him with that Kansas City one. I tried to talk him into threading the needle, taking Philly money line and Giants spread, and he told me no.
Whatever, dude. I took Seattle -7. Those cocksucking sons of bitches lost to the Carolina Panthers.
They lost to the Panthers are in it, bro.
Oh my god, dude.
Steve Wilkes for president. Never a doubt.
Never a doubt.
They lost to a team on their 5th quarterback of the year.
Hey, whoa. Watch it. Sometimes
I listened to Knicks Nuggets.
Are never understood in their time.
I listened to Knicks Nuggets and I took Arizona money line. That fucking crashed and burned real quick.
Did you take Kyler Murray to lose his ACL in the first quarter?
No, I didn't.
I'm pretty
unfortunately.
Sure go back and listen to that episode. I told you guys to hedge it.
And I took New England, Arizona under 44, which hit.
So we were watching the Eagles beat the brakes off the Giants, and they switched it to the Cowboys-Texans game. Right? The Cowboys barely beat the Texans and are somehow talking shit this week.
Right.
But who would have guessed? I don't know what I was watching, but they flexed to the Sam Darnold Geno Smith matchup.
Yeah, no, it was San Francisco. It was San Francisco Tampa Bay because I put the game on and they flexed to Sam Darnold and I was like, holy crap. Holy crap. Because I watch on Eric's Hulu, obviously, because I'm too poor to afford a
well, yeah, you have all those bills like a very nice dog.
I got all those bills like a definitely not purebred because my apartment restricts purebred dogs.
So, why? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, it's Mastiff. they restrict mastiffs. So I love it. I love it when you know something and other people don't. So I was in the elevator with this lady today, and this lady goes, "Oh, what is he?" I was like, "Oh, we think he's mastiff. We got him down in North Carolina." And the lady goes, "Oh yeah, I don't think he's full mastiff because if you look at those paws, mastiffs have bigger paws." And the entire time I was like, I have the purebred paperwork, lady, but you know more.
This is recorded, right?
Right.
All right.
I'm gonna mail a copy to his leasing office.
Yo, piss him off, right? Casey,
It looks like the pizza's on Nick next week.
Hey, big money.
My windfall has blown away.
Yeah, because you spent it like a wild man.
Cheers.
And me and you together, Nick.
Just to recap Nevada's bets from the live show, minus 14.5 for Kansas City, miss. Kansas City versus Denver to overtime, miss. Pitt versus Baltimore to overtime. That missed, right? Baltimore beat them in regular time. It was
in reg, yeah.
What was it, 13-7?
16-13, I think.
16-13. All right. Was there anything that happened this week in the NFL that you'd like to discuss? I know that we mentioned Kyler Murray's, unfortunate injury. As we've been coking and joking, we don't ever want to see anyone get hurt.
Is it not shocking though? The Cardinals managed to find some way to just crash and burn down the stretch.
The Cardinals are miraculous at just being awful second half of the season teams. I don't know what it is. It's impressive. Also, let's not forget they had back-to-back number 1 overall picks. And they might be dog shit again for the next 2-3 years, bro. Well, dog shit again. They're dog shit right now.
And Kyler gets to play as much Call of Duty now that he wants, and the team can't see shit.
I know. It's a win-win for everybody, I guess.
Did you guys I don't know if you watched the game. I think I saw like maybe 6 minutes of the Monday night game, but they panned to Cliff Kingsbury. And look, they say being president is stressful, and these guys age hella quick, but Mans was looking fucking dusty as shit compared to a couple years back.
Cliff Kingsbury also, whenever you pan to him, he has what I call the Ben McAdoo effect. He always looks lost.
I knew exactly that was coming. He looks. If you look at Cliff Kingsbury, and he looks at his, I'm going to use this as a play sheet, and he looks at his play sheet. He looks at it, and he looks back up, and he's like,
"What did I just look at?"
It's like you designed this, but he looks at it, and he's like,
Did you guys see that fan that was making fun of Cliff Kingsbury? Like, this is back in the day when he first got to the league, and he was like impersonating him. And he's like, Cliff walks up to his assistant coach. And he's like, "Are all the guys this fast?" In college, it wasn't like that.
Who said Cliff walked up to somebody like that?
Some guy was making fun of him. Some fan was making fun of him because, I guess it was like his first or second start as a coach, or first or second head coach game, and he just looked lost and couldn't believe all the talent was equal out there.
All right, so yeah, let's ask Urban Meyer if he knows who Aaron Donald is yet. So let's go ahead and get into the current playoff picture. We're in that time of year. We're about 13 games deep for every single team. Bye weeks. I believe week 14 was the last bye week, so we're out of that now.
No more bye weeks.
So currently in the number 1 seed for the American Football Conference, we have Buffalo at 10-3. In the 2 seed, we have Kansas City at 10-3. In the 3 seed, we have Baltimore at 9-4. In the 4 seed, we have Tennessee at 7-6. In the 5 seed, we have Cincinnati at 9-4. 6 seed, Miami 8-5. And by proxy of their win in Arizona, New England now sits as the 7th seed at 7-6. Still in the running, we have. I'm only going to do above 500 teams. So still in the running, we have the Los Angeles Chargers and the New York Jets, both at 7-6. And then for the National Football Conference, we have the only team to clinch a playoff spot thus far, the number 1 seed Philadelphia Eagles at 12-1. We have the number 2 seed Minnesota Vikings at 10-3. We have the 3 seed San Francisco 49ers at 9-4, even though their backup is hurt now. With the 4 seed, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6-7. In the 5 seed, we have Dallas at 10-3. 6 seed Washington 7-5. 7 seed New York Football Giants at 7-5. And 2 teams fighting for a spot. Well, I'll just name 2. Seattle Seahawks at 7-6 and Detroit Lions at 6-7. The Detroit Lions, if they were playing in the NFC South, would be tied for the division lead.
Well, go over the NFC South because there still is a couple of teams in play.
All right, so we'll go to the actual divisional standings. As Nick mentioned, the NFC South. We're the unofficial podcast of the NFC South here with the New Orleans Saints and Carolina Panthers both being represented. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at 6-7. Carolina is 5-8. Atlanta's 5-8, and New Orleans is 4-9. And not eliminated.
Still a chance.
Unfucking real. All right, so that wraps up our week 14 review. That wraps up our head-to-head review. That wraps up Eric's measly attempt at picking in week 14. Would you like to relinquish that control back to Nick and myself?
Please.
He gets mad every time I mention it, but he ain't want the pressure, boys. What did I say earlier? It was like it's not so fun when the other shoe is hot.
I guess.
Sometimes sometimes the other shoe gets hot.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that sentence doesn't make sense, but I said it. I'm just gonna say it differently every time. Yo, you got ice cream?
Thanks, Brandon.
All right, let's go ahead and get into week 15. Nick and I are back on the betting board. The 1 week Eric experiment is over. He didn't even win a third of his bets. It's neither here nor there. Just an observation.
What are you talking about? I went 5-12.
Right. So you took 17 total bets.
I don't know why I thought I took 12 bets like an idiot. I didn't add them up correctly. Yeah, you right.
I was like, damn, I gotta spell this out.
No,
I
shut
was
up.
like, we already embarrassed you, bro. You want to just do the math of how bad you were? Anyways,
embarrassing.
That's fine. Can you send the link for the odds that you have, and then walk us through the board? I just like to see it or share it. You can share the screen.
I could do that, huh? Let's see.
I keep forgetting that we're recording now, and I'm like, yeah, we have features we can use.
Right.
One of these days I'll figure it out. Eric, can you please create a handle so we can get your name to say your handle soon?
It hurts, don't it?
Yeah, you could change your handle to that. That's perfectly fine if you want it. Like,
all right, let me get situated here so I can type and see you guys at the same time and whatnots.
Sounds good.
All right, all set up. So, starting with the first game.
Hold on.
Or I guess not.
Before Nick starts yelling at you, will you zoom in?
Oh man,
I got another page open, so I just didn't even want to see the travesty that was this page getting pulled up.
No, that's perfect. There you go, Eric. Tight. All right, walk us through it, big fella.
All right, so the first game we have Thursday night, San Francisco 49ers heading into Seattle. San Francisco's 3.5-point favorites. The over-under is 43. And San Francisco money line is -175. Seattle money line is +150.
So, divisional game. San Francisco traveling into Seattle. San Francisco traveling into Seattle, interestingly enough. Excuse me, jeez. I'm doing the John Mulaney thing where I'm trying to talk through burps, which is what you do as you get older. So San Francisco traveling into Seattle the last 5 years is 1-4. They're currently on a 2-game losing streak. However, they did win earlier this year in San Francisco 27-7. Also, remember that in this season, 22-23, the 22-23 season, 22-23 season, that sounds weird. Teams a week after playing the Carolina Panthers are 1-9 straight up. Last week, the Seattle Seahawks played the Carolina Panthers.
Who's the starting quarterback for San Francisco?
Brock Purdy.
He's hurt.
Vinny Testaverde.
Brock Purdy hurt his oblique if you weren't paying attention to him whooping that ass in that San Francisco game. So I'm sure he still has an opportunity to play. But, a full strength Brock Purdy wasn't exactly that, confidence inspiring. It was more the how bad Tampa Bay is than how good Brock Purdy is. Do we know?
Yeah.
So if Purdy cannot play, it's going to be Josh Johnson under center for San Francisco. He has made 9 starts and appeared in 38 games since being drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2008.
I actually know who that is.
Wait, who is saying the name again?
Josh Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I mean, he's no Geno Smith. All right, Nick, who are you taking in this game?
Give me San Francisco money line.
Okay, so is that not considered a big spread?
It is.
All right, I'm going.
I will put it as part of my favorite parlay, though.
I don't want any action on this game. I was going to take Seattle money line, but that they played the Chargers last week, so I'm going to skip that.
Panthers.
Sorry,
All right, next
Panthers,
game. Indianapolis is heading into Minnesota. Hammer the Colts because Minnesota's a fucking god-awful 10-3 team. You can't win a goddamn game. Anyway, Indianapolis +4, over under 48. Colts money line +170. Vikings money line -200.
So Colts coming off a bye. Obviously, their head coach right now, Jeff Saturday, he's an interim head coach. However, the Colts, since 2019, coming off a bye, are 3-0 straight up and against the spread. Jermaine.
The Colts are 3-0 straight up and against the spread.
Since 2019, coming off a bye, yes.
I can't trust Minnesota again, can I? Oh, I guess I gotta take something. No, I don't want anything to do with this. I think Minnesota loses this game. So obviously Indianapolis +4, but because I think that Minnesota's gonna win. And despite the common perception, they have won 10 games this year.
Right.
And I'm not betting a -200 favorite for them to possibly lose. So I'll go ahead and keep it pushing.
I'm going to take both the Indianapolis spread and money line. We believe in Jeff.
Yeah, what's Jeff's record since taking over?
1-2, I think.
Yeah,
1-1, maybe.
And he still has all his timeouts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
They roll
right.
over.
Oh, before we get any further, the Colts Vikings game is actually on Saturday. Just a heads up. I don't know if we said that, but the next 2 games are on Saturday as well.
Right.
All right, so on Saturday,
3 games
the Baltimore Ravens head into Cleveland. Baltimore +3, over under 37. Baltimore money line +135. Cleveland money line -155. Any Nuggets?
Yes. Oh, geez, excuse me.
10 points. Cleveland scored 10 points last week.
Yep. So team scoring equal to or less than 10 points the previous week. Because Cleveland is a 3-point favorite, they fall into our 2022-2023 favorites category. The favorites this year if you take teams scoring less than 10 points the previous week, are 11-9-1. That's a 55% hit rate. Also, it's a divisional game.
Was that
Baltimore,
against the spread or straight up?
That's against the spread.
Okay, 11-9-1.
Right.
Got it.
So Cleveland -3 against the spread, 11-9-1, 55%. Also a division game. Baltimore traveling into Cleveland. They are 3-2 in the last 5 years. They lost last year. This year they did play in Baltimore, with Baltimore winning that game 23-20. I want nothing in this game.
I want Cleveland Browns -3. Deshaun Watson get right game. He's had 2 games to shake the rust off. He's playing a division rival. I think Deshaun Watson has a big game this week.
All right, our final Saturday game, Miami Dolphins heading into Buffalo. Dolphins +7, over under 43.5. Dolphins money line +265. Bills money line -320. Any nuggies, Nick?
Yeah, so Miami has not beat Buffalo in Buffalo in the last 5 years. They did win in Buffalo this year earlier, beating the Bills 21-19.
So they beat Buffalo this year.
Mm-hmm.
In Miami, though, right?
In Miami, correct.
This is a different Miami team than the beginning of the year. I'm not riding Miami.
I'm taking Buffalo money line, but as part of a favorite play.
Yeah, it's Buffalo. I think Buffalo wins this game. I think they goes over 43.5. But I'm not taking either of those bets.
All right, so our first Sunday game. Philadelphia Eagles heading into Chicago. Phillies -9, over under 48.5. Eagles money line -390. Bears money line +320. Nuggies.
So the Bears, Matt Eberflus, the first-year head coach. So we don't really have any coming off the bye data from him. But Chicago, since 2019, is 0-3 straight up and against the spread when coming off the bye.
I mean, Philadelphia's gonna.
Yeah.
However,
the spread is at 9. If it gets to 9.5, I would definitely like some action on Chicago. But no, right now I'm gonna put Philly as part of my favorite parlay. I might even take Philly -9 at this point. You know what? I'm gonna take Philly -9.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm taking Philly -9. I think they cover this pretty easy. 48.5. If Justin Fields plays, I think that goes over. But if Justin Fields doesn't play, I'm not even considering Chicago +9.5. Like, there's no chance, bro.
Right.
Also, Chicago, do not play Justin Fields. The fuck are you doing?
Right.
Like, goddamn, Darnell Mooney's got there's no one left. It's Justin Fields.
There's nobody left.
Just like we said at the beginning of the year, there's no one left. Let that kid rest. Play him the next week. Don't play him against the 12-1 Philadelphia Eagles, who are gonna fucking eat his Lunchables.
With one of the best defensive lines in football, yeah.
Leading the league in sacks, 46.
Let's not do that, Chicago. You ain't got the pass protection for that.
Next Sunday game, Dallas Cowboys heading into Jacksonville. Dallas is -4, over under 48. Dallas money line -205. Jacksonville money line +175.
Funny enough, no Nuggets.
This game is fascinating.
What's the money line again for Jacksonville, Eric?
+175.
Oof, it's too low for my liking. I'll abstain.
Jermaine?
Was Houston one of those games? Because I always say this. Every NFL season, there are 4 games a year in which a football team just plays lights out. Everything they do is exactly how it was coached, exactly how it was supposed to do, is exactly how it was supposed to work. Was Houston's game that, or was it more indicative of the true Dallas Cowboys? I'm going to fuck around and find out. Give me Jacksonville +4 and Jacksonville money line.
I love it.
All right, it just takes me a second to type all this up.
You're good. Don't worry about it.
I might stop adding the odds in there unless you guys want the odds.
We do want the odds, yeah.
All right, bet. Next game, Kansas City heading into Houston. Kansas City -14. Over under 49. Kansas City money line -950. Texans money line +650.
All right.
Texans +14.
Yep. So favorites with spreads greater than or equal to 9.5 on the year are 10-17 against the spread. However, 22-4 straight up. And one of our best metrics this year is if the spread is greater than or equal to 9.5, you take the under. That hits at a 61% rate, 16-10 this year. I want, excuse me, Jesus. I want all three of them, right?
I have 3 bets as well. I'll take what Nick's taking.
I want Houston KC under. I want Houston +14. I want KC money line.
Yes, and yes. Which means we ain't going to hit.
Which means they're all going to miss.
Which means
to the moon.
Which means Houston wins in a shootout 47-45.
Oh my God.
Houston Texans +650 is the play.
All right, next game. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, I was just going to say that was easy.
All right, Detroit Lions heading into New York to play the Jets. Detroit Lions +1. Over under 44.5. Lions money line -105. Jets money line -115.
Bro.
This is kind of crazy that the Lions are underdogs, no?
Usually, this game is a stinker fest, right?
Stinker dinker.
This has huge playoff implications.
It really does. Oh, my God.
So here's what I will say. Detroit is not a dog. They are -105. So if you take the money line, Detroit is considered a favorite to win this. The only reason that the Jets are favored by 1 is it's in New York. That is the only reason. Vegas handicaps home field. It might have changed because home field doesn't have as much substantial impact as it used to with flights, private planes, human performance, like all those things geared towards keeping those players ready to play. But it's usually 3 points. This is telling you right here that if this was neutral field, Detroit would be the play. So I'll take Detroit +1. I'll take Detroit money line.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Detroit money line as well.
Yeah, I figured if they're going to have money line, they got to win by 1. So I'll take,
Right.
take the 1 as well.
Think you only want money line?
Only money line.
That's what he said. Fucking scared cat.
All right, next game. Pittsburgh heading into Carolina. Pittsburgh +3. Over under 37.5. Pittsburgh money line +130. Carolina money line -150.
Give me whoever plays Pittsburgh next week. No, I don't. I don't have anybody in this game.
Yo, Carolina's going to win this game.
Is that a pick?
Dude, you know what? Give me Carolina -3, bro.
At this point, dude,
fuck it, might as well.
Point, at this point, who knows what's going to happen?
Carolina is just. How are you going to trade away CMC, trade for Baker Mayfield, cut him, start PJ Walker for half the season, fire your coach? Did your GM get fired yet?
Not yet.
No. Is Ben McAdoo still your offensive coordinator?
Yes.
How? Everything I just named says you should be the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
But since Steve Wilkes has taken over, the Carolina Panthers have one of the most ferocious defenses.
Yeah.
What's the points per possession? I think they're ranked top 5. It's like teams only score every 1 out of 4 possessions.
Always, buddy. That's how the Carolina Panthers work.
Oh my God, dude. Give me Carolina -3. I kind of want to ride that under, but it's a little low. So I'll just keep it pushing, and we'll get to the next game.
Atlanta heading into New Orleans. Atlanta plus 4.5. Over under 43.5. Atlanta money line plus 175. New Orleans money line minus 205.
How is New Orleans always fucking favored?
All right, so New Orleans coming off a bye. Dennis Allen, obviously the first-year head coach.
Fire Dennis Allen!
New Orleans since 2019, 0-3 against the spread, 2-1 straight up. Atlanta also coming off a bye. Arthur Smith is a second-year head coach. In last year, in his first year, he was a 1-0 straight up and against the spread against the bye. Atlanta since 2019, 2-1 straight up and against the spread. Also a divisional game. Atlanta traveling into New Orleans, Jesus. 1-4 in the last 5 years. They're on a current losing streak of 2 games, and New Orleans won the game earlier this year, 27-26. All that being said, I want Atlanta plus 4.
Yeah, exactly. All that being said, give me Atlanta plus 4.5.
Oh yeah, plus 4.5 now. Yeah, plus 4.5.
Plus 4.5. Desmond Ritter's first start. There's no tape. Dennis Allen's a goddamn bum. Give me the under 43.5 in that game as well. New Orleans cannot score the football. And if they prove me wrong in this game, then so be it. I want the unders. Fuck you, New Orleans, you fucking dipshit of a head coach. I digress.
Rant over.
All right. New England heading into Las Vegas. New England minus 1. Over under 44.5. New England money line minus 105. Raiders money line minus 115.
So actually, we have a unique advantage this week, or a unique matchup this week. Rest advantage, rest disadvantage. Since the Raiders played on Thursday Night Football, they have the rest advantage. Since New England played on Monday Night Football, they have a rest disadvantage. It's a super rest matchup. However, don't start counting your money before it hatches. The Raiders, 2-7 against the spread, 3-6 straight up since 2019 with a rest advantage. New England since 2019 with a rest disadvantage, 9-6 both against the spread and straight up. I want New England money line.
Me too. I mean, Josh McDaniels, fuck off, bro. How did you lose to cut Baker Mayfield? Been with the team 1.5 days, didn't start the football game, came in and dimed your ass out in the final play of the game. What were you thinking? What were you thinking offensively? What were you thinking defensively? You couldn't win this game. Next game, Eric.
Arizona heading into Denver. Arizona plus 3. Over under 36. Arizona money line plus 125. Denver money line minus 145.
I want Denver minus 3 and the under.
So rest advantage, rest disadvantage. Arizona, since they played on Monday night, has a rest disadvantage. Playing with a rest disadvantage since 2019. Arizona is 4-4-1 against the spread, 3-6 straight up. The Denver Broncos, playing with a rest advantage, are 6-3 against the spread, 3-6 straight up. With that being said, give me Broncos spread. Actually, no. Don't give me Broncos spread. I lied.
Don't give it to you? Okay. All right. Next game, Cincinnati heading into Tampa Bay. Cincinnati minus 3.5. Over under 44. Cincy money line minus 195. Tampa money line plus 165.
All right. So Tampa Bay scored less than 10 points last week. They are a dog this week. So we take Tampa Bay this week on the spread. Spread plus, what was it, Eric? Plus
3.5.
3.5. Tampa Bay plus 3.5. Dogs scoring less than 10 points the previous week with a spread less than 10 is hitting at a 75% rate this year. 15-5. I want Tampa Bay plus 3.5.
I can't do it. I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. I want nothing to do with this. I actually changed my mind. Denver's defense could score the whole 36 points in this Arizona game. So can you scratch that under for me?
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's gone. You know, my boy Colt, Killer Colt. But I can't. I'm scared.
Tennessee heading into LA to play the Chargers. Tennessee +3, over under 47.5. Tennessee money line +130. Chargers money line -150.
Chargers can't stop the run, but can Tennessee run?
This is the question. No Nuggets for this game.
No action.
Any action for you guys?
No action for me.
Jermaine?
The action's in the Nick household right now.
Yeah, the action's telling my dog to stop fucking whining.
The Morahan Manor.
That's right.
No, dude.
All right. Next game, Sunday night game. Giants heading into Washington. Giants +4.5. Over under 40.5. Giants money line +180. Commanders money line -210.
So Commanders coming off a bye. Ron Rivera has been the Commanders head coach. Well, just since this year, because they've only been the Commanders this year. He's been the head coach of Washington since 2020. He's 1-1 coming off a bye straight up and against the spread. However, if you do remember, he was the head coach of Carolina from 2011 to 2019. During that tenure, he was 5-6 straight up and 4-7 against the spread. This is also a division
Coming off
game.
a bye?
Coming off a bye, yes. It's also a division game. The Giants traveling into Washington. They are 3-2 over the last 5. They lost last year. They have not played each other this year.
Yes, they did. They tied.
Huh?
They just tied.
They tied.
When?
2 weeks ago.
3 weeks? Oh, 2 weeks ago?
I don't remember that. But okay, they played earlier.
I was getting ready to ask you. I was just like, are we betting this game to go to overtime?
What's the bet to go to overtime?
Give me a second.
Oh, we got it. We get to see behind the scenes, bro.
We do, yeah. Oh, here we go. I also want Giants. I also want Giants +4.5.
Hold on.
Eric, but look for overtime.
I understand that, but if I don't write this down now, I will forget. So, all right. Jesus Christ, dude, it's so much harder with the screen.
Holy
Zoom.
cow!
All right, overtime.
You know you can just control F overtime, right?
There it is. Yes, it's +1100.
All right, I want to take overtime +1100.
That's the only. Well, oh man, I got quite a bit of bets. I need to trim some fat. Nah, fuck it. Let's just ride. Just give me that overtime bet as well, and I'll take Giants to cover the spread. So +4.5. Actually, so same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Just same, but different. Here, I'll give you a little hand on this stop.
All right. And lastly, we have the Los Angeles Rams heading into Green Bay. Rams +7. Over under 39.5. Rams money line +245. Packers money line -295.
So Rams, since 2019, since they played on Thursday Night Football, they are playing with the rest advantage. With the rest advantage since 2019, the Rams are 5-6-1 against the spread.
Hold on, 1 second. Green Bay is coming off a bye now.
They are. You're right. Never mind. Scrap that.
Yeah, those buys in week 14 are tricky, bro.
They really are. Yeah. Matt LaFleur has been the head coach since 2019. I looked this up on the normal website that I use. I think they have their data wrong because it said that Green Bay since 2019 is 3-3 coming off a bye.
That's impossible.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. So I have no Nuggets for this game.
Do they consider the Bears matchups bye weeks?
Maybe, I think.
Yo, so once proud franchise is down in the dumps and Green Bay is still a 7-point favorite, give me Baker Mayfield to cover that spread. Just kidding. I don't actually want anything. This is a dog shit Monday Night Football game. But I would like to direct your attention here to the very bottom of the screen. Jacksonville versus New York Jets on Thursday. Yo, that's a big-time playoff matchup too. Because Jacksonville can win their division still.
Right.
That's crazy. Look, NFL schedule makers suck at scheduling primetime games. But, man, when they paid that, I don't know, whatever company they did to do the research and then build the best way to build a fair schedule for everyone that pitted the 4 seeds against the other 4 seeds so that way the strength of schedule would stay pretty consistent. It's been lights out ever since they did that. And we end up with these crazy good matchups like this that are very, very important. Like the Detroit Lions versus the New York Jets. Tell me, Eric, did you circle it at the beginning of the year like this will be a playoff important matchup?
Nah, to be honest with you, I didn't.
I wanted you to say yes.
I also picked Justin Herbert to be the MVP and the Bills to go 17-0. So what the fuck do I know?
That's a fair point, but what the fuck does anyone know? I'm just saying that's so crazy. We're gonna get a Thursday night Jacksonville versus New York Jets game, and it matters. The people, that analysis, the schedule building, not the actual prime time scheduling, because that still needs a little bit of love. They did a great job with that, man. So
yeah, we're actually gonna get a Thursday night football game that matters for once.
Exactly. It's not some fucking dog shit Chicago versus New Orleans matchup or something. All right, you know what time it is, Eric. It's your favorite time. This is when you sweat through your t-shirt because you got to make one decision and you just not good. Oh, sorry. Can I get that link so I can see the whole board? Nah, we're good. We're good. I'm still first, right? Even though I won.
Yes.
That's how bad I am. Can I take? No, I don't want to take that. Yeah, Giants versus Washington overtime. No, I don't.
Please take that.
Yeah, right.
If that hits though, he
wins the whole thing.
Well, now I got to take that bet. Let me get Philly -9.
Dude.
I'll take Colts +4. We believe in Jeff.
No, stop saying we like you're more than one person.
We believe in Jeff. This ain't your daddy's Jeff Saturday.
Oh my God, bro. Can we retire that phrase in the turn of the new year?
No.
All right, so Philly -9, Indianapolis +4. I'm gonna take Kansas City money line. I'm just kidding.
We both made the same face to him.
Well, here's the thing. You could take that bet. Like, I took Philly money line when I was 2-7. You know what I mean?
If you take that Casey bet, you get a half win.
I took Philly money line when I was 2-7. Like, if you just need a win, cool. But
Eric doesn't need a win.
No, he does. That's why he wants Kansas City money line.
I was gonna take Jacksonville, but I just know the Cowboys would fucking pull it out just to spite me, so I'm gonna take Detroit money line.
What happened to Eric the dog that I remember? When he just took dogs.
I mean, it was working, right?
You did switch up your fucking
recipe.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. You lost two in a row and then went to Kansas City. You hit Kansas City -14.5 because we picked it for you. That's the last win you had. You yourself are on a 4-game losing streak.
It's not true. There's a green right there.
Yeah,
whether I picked it or not, it goes towards my record.
Nope. That's why Jermaine just said you have not picked a winner in 4 matches.
Prove it. I'm just kidding.
And no, actually, we gave him Carolina money line as well. So he's on a 3-game losing streak.
Okay.
Oh, you better.
Next time I'm texting my bets in if I miss.
No, that's
Doesn't
not.
count.
That's not how it goes.
Yeah.
The people who show up pick your bet.
No.
We picked a winner for you. You would be if we were actually assholes. We would have picked something awful for you. Kansas City played the Rams without Matt Stafford, bro, and you thought Kansas City minus 14.5 is a bad bet?
All right, dude.
So grumpy.
I'm not grumpy.
What a bum.
He's not grumpy. He's just saying, all right, dude. All right. That wraps it up. Head-to-head's been picked. It's locked in. Hey, you scrapped that Denver under, right?
Yes.
I honestly think the over's hit now, bro. I don't know. It's just a feeling in my balls. So, Nick, if you feel like it, you should bet that over. Anything else for the fans at home?
No, I'm good.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Sorry, I couldn't mean to cut you off, but you rarely ever have anything to say at the end, so I was just going into the spiel. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Podcast Room303. I've been your host, Jermaine Cologne Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Moorhan. And as always, we have with us EPE. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.